with another episode of Rusty and Sham.
Another Rusty and Sham is an up move, and it's always an up move.
Up move. So today we're going to be talking about sleep deprivation.
Yes.
And before we get into it, I want to go and shout out Merry Christmas.
And a happy Kwanzaa to everyone.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's get started.
We're back again, and we have a new song from a familiar artist that I've talked about before, LawGiver from Kingston, right?
Yeah.
And this song is called Vibe, right? And we just want to give a listen because it's a positive vibe, it's an up move, so that's all.
Roads wide, man, I drink marijuana align. Everybody want what I find. Man straight like a steel female by me side. You're not later tonight. Me no see no man on foot, and nobody not fight. But the stuff is can't come high. Man, fresh out those in one of big clocks. And the suit of me I wear up 3 parts. At last every get a free pass.
Sherry's Jamaican now,
What you do?
LawGiver, you have to go put her in one of your videos there, remember,
Okay. Alright, that song was cool. That song was good.
It's an old school vibe with a new school look.
Yeah.
And it bring back that whole feeling of niceness and oneness.
Just for the audience, what was the name of the song again?
Vibe.
Vibe?
Yeah.
See, I was vibing. You see me vibing?
I see you, man.
I got the whole old school, you know? The only thing that I was missing is just the little walk, the little glass hold, you know?
But you're still like sure. Oh, yeah,
wait. They don't really dance, you know, they're just walking back and forth. But hey, you know. Alright. I like the song, but
no man, I love the song, man, and I want to be bridging them, so I just big him up and make sure that everything good, you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, it's a whole vibe.
But
we gotta get into the serious talk.
You know already.
A little bit. Alright.
Look on my face.
Do we have to?
Alright, I could just get into it. Clear that later. We don't know to say. Alright.
We're going into the sleep deprivation. Alright? I know that I get into sleep deprivation a lot because even in this society we get tired so quick. We're overworked, you know? And so I find that this conversation is really cool, especially since Christmas Day is coming up and we can finally sleep in for a little bit.
Well, you can sleep in, but most people have a party. You understand what I say?
Yeah, but there's, New Year's Eve and then Christmas Day, but you get to sleep in before the party.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you don't get too much of that.
No.
You don't get too much of that.
Well, I don't know about other places in the world, but I know North America for sure.
Yeah.
You don't really get that.
No. So, what causes sleep deprivation?
Sleep deprivation. All right. For me, it's feeling like you don't have time in the day. Like you don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Like you have to do so much to make ends meet. And it's not that you're getting more money. You have to use up more time.
Yes.
Which makes no sense.
So, I feel like when you said there's 24 hours in the day, right? And the time goes by so quickly, right? And if you want to go and just relax for a little bit, right? You feel, well, I don't know about you, but I feel like, I just wasted my day. And sometimes, it's a weird feeling, because when I'm relaxing and I'm chilling, and then I have in the back of my mind, I have this to do, so much errands to run, right? And I'm not able to go and get them done because you're overwhelmed with so much on your mind. That even when it comes to sleep time, you can't sleep because there's just so much on your mind, and you're trying to get them all done, and you can't.
Yeah, but it's funny when you use that term, have to get done, because when I was back home, there are certain things I didn't have to get done until I came here.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and then you're more relaxed. You don't necessarily think that much about the day. The day just goes as it goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think about it a lot, like, do we come here for that? Like, are we here on earth for that?
Well, no. We're supposed to, I feel like, okay, during the pandemic, for example, the lifestyles has changed drastically. Everything was just less go, and more doing the things that you need to do or want to do.
Yeah.
Right? And so I felt like we had a little bit of a taste in that. And so a lot of people were restful, right? And less restless, right? Some people didn't even like it because they're not accustomed to it. That's what I noticed. Me, I was like, my whole calendar was like all empty. Shoot, I think I made a post even about it because I was like, this is great, right? But this is how we're supposed to live. We're supposed to just live by the flow. What you usually call it, nature's law?
Yeah.
You live by nature's law. But
so lifestyle choices. That's what you
pretty much.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you need to go and pay so much bills, your lifestyle choices is not the easiest. You have to do something. So it's like, I need to go to work. This is all you hear. I have to go to work in order for me to make ends meet. You know? And so it's like, where's that balance? You know? So.
Well, all right. With that, right? Where you have to.
Yeah.
Because the thing I found out.
Yeah.
On, like, you know, even me, because I get sleep deprived sometimes.
Yes.
You see, the more you don't get enough sleep each night, and it banks up each night, your brain don't function the right way.
Nope. Not at all. Yeah.
And then your center of balance is thrown off. And then you're irritated.
Yeah. And you don't know why.
Yeah, but well, I know. I'm going to say this, I'm going to female and female way. Please, just easy and just listen to what me I say now. You too, just listen to what me I say.
Me?
Because, all right.
Okay, let me hear this. Let me hear this.
Well, I don't know, because not for the time, the females are pissed off. Females are pissed off about, like, sometimes you don't even know why, right? Like, you don't know why. So me, I wonder if it's some sort of sleep deprivation.
You don't think that the gentlemen are pissed off for no reason? If we feel hurt, we don't talk about it again.
So you think that come from sleep deprivation?
Yeah, because we can get cranky and irritable because of lack of sleep.
Yeah.
100%. But other factors come into that, right? Because sleep deprivation is not just necessarily, because don't you ever wake up, feel so tired even though you just had 8 hours of sleep and you just wake up tired?
Yeah, I guess once or twice. Yeah, sometimes. That's
because your brain is just on the go all the time. It's not just because of a lack of sleep. No, it's not just because of you're tired because you're sleeping 3 hours out of the day. But when in the beginning I was saying, oh, you had this to do. You have so much on your mind. That can actually help that sleep deprivation. You could be sleeping 10 hours out of the day and you're still tired. All
right. One next thing more I bring up where we don't see really happening anymore.
What?
Remember before people used to nap in the day? At least like a half an hour nap. Because I remember when I get like an hour nap in the day, I'm fresh. Like, I sleep a whole 8 hours.
Listen, I make sure I have my little naps during the day, even when I'm working. At the dental, dental office, listen, everybody knows how my routine was when I was working at the dental office. I didn't want to go and chat to anybody during my lunch break. Everybody has their lunch break, right? And at my office, sometimes we didn't get it when it's busy. But I make sure that I had my little pillow, I had my little like blanket, and I just come and and some of the dentists actually sleeps in the dental chair because it's important to them.
Okay. You guys get to do that. But what about people who don't have them type of jobs?
Oh, okay. If you don't have that type of job, but you have a car, get your little blanket, get your little pillow.
Yeah, but you know some jobs are not set up like that.
In your car?
I mean, like, the break you get is to eat food.
Yeah, so shut that thing up.
Yeah, but, alright, you see it? Everything is go, 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 as we just said a while ago.
Yes, because you have to go and make time.
Yeah, but your system need that time to slowly, because by the time you stuff it down your belly,
yes,
you know what it's going to do? It's going to fight to come back out the same way you fight to put it in.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Listen, okay, I'm just saying that there's ways around certain things. I used to work 60 plus hours, so I had to go and have those power naps. So when I was on my own, living on my own, in between the jobs, I just drove home, make sure that I slipped something. Smoothies were my best friend.
Okay.
And I ended up coming home and I ended up taking my 20-minute power nap, and I'm ready to go for my next job.
All right. Somebody who work on a construction site.
Yes. I don't know anything about the construction site.
Smoothie? Now I go cut it. and that alone, now I cut that just nasty up your teeth. That's all that do right there. So. And then the time for to go sleep, me not see that happening.
Yeah.
And some of them you they take bus to come to work. So
fair.
Where them a go sleep on a piece of 2x4 or a sheet of ply? What you tell me say?
See, I don't know that.
Okay.
I have no information about the construction site.
Well, this is what me I say. And like, say you left work, you do the 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, 8, 9 hours. You come home.
Yeah.
You're trying to catch up on maybe something on TV that you want to watch. Then you want to, maybe do some, like a little cleaning around the house.
Yeah.
Who have kids, you have to deal with the kids.
Yeah.
Who, talk to whoever on the phone, family members, friends.
Yeah.
How much time you have left?
Okay, fair enough.
And you have to wake up and go back to work.
Fair enough. Me, I don't have. So you mentioned a couple of things that I don't have that experience. I live with kids, but I don't have to go and take care of them in order to go and feed them at night. So that right there, I have a little extra time for. Mm-hmm. I don't have a job where I can't, and I always had a car since I've, been working. So I don't know that experience. So I guess it would be a little bit harder for other people. But for me, I had to find little pockets in order for me to do it, right? So it's not the easiest thing. But it is important to go and have your power naps. And this is the reason why children have their power naps in the middle of the day. Yeah. Because it is needed. But we can't go 24 hours.
But what I try to find out is, when we were kids, we had, they permitted us to have it, right?
That's right.
But we as adults, we're doing way more than when we were kids.
That's right.
So why we not have power naps same way?
It's important. So it's important for you to have it. So if you know that it's important, you have to find a way, right? And when I say you have to, that's only if you, because if you care about yourself, and some people don't, you're going to go and find different ways of getting things done, because everybody finds different ways of getting certain things done, depending on what their brain is. Like, a lot of people spend a lot of energy, like kids spend a lot of energy throwing their clothes underneath the bed instead of folding their clothes, right? So you're finding extra energy and putting it to be smarter to go and do something else. You can go and find the energy.
Yeah, but they tell you, right? You are told that you need to make the money, right?
Yes.
So the one job you have, nah, cut it. So guess what you say now? You want another job.
Yeah.
Or 2 jobs.
Yeah.
No, that don't permit you to take no nap. That don't even permit you to have 6 hours of sleep. Some people only have 4. Some people
I used to have
3.
3. Yeah.
No, guess what happened? Your brain doesn't function. You start doing things where it's not logical no more.
Yeah. To be honest, that was when I was working the 60 hours a week and had only 3 hours of sleep. Then you want to go and make sure you go to the gym, because that's where I had to go. And then I had to go and cook for myself, and I had to clean for myself. right? And then I needed to go and figure out a pattern for myself, right? If you figure out a routine for yourself, then you're able to keep things and allow yourself to have those extra sleeps and extra naps and have the time that you can. But the thing is, you have to know your boundaries on that aspect, because you can't go and say yes to everybody and jump up and go and help everybody, because you have to remember about yourself, right? So during your day, I like to plan my day the day before, for the most part, right? Obviously, if some emergency happens, then, but keeping a pattern that can actually help you with your sleeping and help you mentally, because now if you have somebody pop up and it's not necessarily important, but somebody just wants to randomly see you, it's better to go and say, hey, can we go and see each other during the weekend or during another day, because it's not necessarily meant for that one day, because you can't do everything in one day. Rome wasn't built in one day.
I hear that, but then I give you scenarios right now.
Please.
You have a lot of international students, not just international students, but because of COVID, a lot of people had to move in with other people. Now, you guys are in spaces where everybody used to have a different type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And everybody's still doing their same type of lifestyle. Everybody have their same way of doing things.
Yeah.
Everybody's in that same roof.
Yeah.
Now, when this person is going to sleep, this person's lost in music. This person's watching TV.
I'm in that boat right now. Yeah.
No. Especially people who live in condos, apartment buildings. Some of them are not well insulated. Yeah. Where the sound comes through.
Yeah.
People have kids playing on top of you. This person blasting music over here. This person doing God knows what over there. And you're trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there is no substitute for sleep.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Yeah.
The same way, if your battery is dying, if you don't charge it, you cannot use it.
That's right.
The same way, if you're not charged, you can't use your body.
Yeah.
Because your body is a car.
Yeah, it is. That one is a little bit hard for me to kind of explain, but for me, I have to find pockets, because I'm in that boat where there's the kids running around, and then the other one is playing video games and and then another person is talking on the phone and is like, I have to sleep because I have to work late tonight, or whatever the case may be. For me, I had to find pockets, and a lot of people thought that I was weird, but I'm like, sleep is very important, right? So I had to go and figure out where to go, and it's not easy for everybody, right? But this is where you have to go and find the algorithm is the popular word, a pattern, right? So I actually had to flip my schedule, and a lot of people actually end up have to doing this as well. Some people have to sleep, try and split their schedule. So when most people are sleeping, that's when they're able to go and do their work. And then when people are up and about, that's when they have to go and figure out where to sleep. But the thing is, you have to find the pattern to anything in order for it to work. But it's not the easiest thing.
So I'm going to ask you a question then.
Yeah.
Because you said we need to find a pattern.
Yeah.
So then basically what you tell me and what you tell people is to just work with whatever is going on.
Yes.
So no matter what happens, you have to work with whatever going on.
Yes.
I don't think I actually really agree with that.
Well, the thing is, you're in a situation that you can't change, right?
Can't?
You can't change in that moment in time. Like if you're living in an apartment by yourself and your neighbor is banging up and this and that, what can you do? How can you change it right there? And you can only afford this apartment, especially with rent nowadays.
Well, we talked about this before, where everybody kind of want to be in the city, right? And we said this is all they can afford. This is all they can afford here.
Yes.
So that's the thing.
So now that's where you have to go and make what is more important to you and what's not important, right? So if you're saying, oh, I want to live in the city because then there's so much things there, you're going to have to go and sacrifice the noise. But if you're okay with living outside of the city so that you can go and have your peace and quiet for the same price, you have even a bigger spot, for example. That might be better, but the thing is, it's a give and take. Everything is a sacrifice. You want something, you have to sacrifice something. My question, let me go and come back to you with a different question. Is there a routine that you have before you go to sleep? So that, because if you have a proper routine, you may be able to sleep better. So
my routine? My routine is I try to get to bed before 10 or before 11 because after 12 midnight, the sleep don't count. A lot of people don't understand what that means, but they will.
Can you explain it just so that for those who doesn't understand what that means?
We were meant to sleep at night. That's why it's dark.
Right.
The same way when you close your eyes, it's dark.
But it's still dark after 12.
No, what I mean is, you see, when you go to bed before 12, you get that decent charge. That's why certain animals you don't see after it's dark. You don't hear them or anything. Yeah. And then as early as the morning, they're up. They're chirping. They're making all type of songs. Yeah. We're all in that same. We're all supposed to be in that same circadian rhythm. Yeah. But because of technology and this and that, we're all thrown off. Right. And it makes, because every time you think, because you went to bed at 1, 2 or 3 and you slept till late in the day, you think you slept, you really didn't. You lost that day of sleep, and every time you do so, it banks up. Yeah. So that makes sense. So you make sure that you're in bed after before 10 o'clock, and then that's how do you not make sure, but I do my best. I do my best because sometimes you have, as you say, lots going on, and you think this is more important than your sleep, but sleep is number one. Yeah. Now I realize that sleep is so important, so I make sure that I have a power nap during the day. Right, and again, I still have those the little kids running around, and then my cousin talking on his phone, and my aunt's talking, and it's like But I have to find that time to sleep because it's so important, right? And I know that it makes me think better, it makes me work better, it makes me be more diligent, it makes me know what I need to do for the next day. So it's very important. So during the nighttime, I make sure that I put my phone down because the blue light in particular is what makes us alert, right? And this is the reason why a lot of people are up after hours, 3 o'clock in the morning, right? So I used to watch TV and have the TV, the TV watched me, but I had it on while I was lying down in the bed. That's extra, movement, extra things where you're supposed to have silence before you go to bed, because again, that's the most important thing for you. That's your way of fasting, technically. Yeah, but all right, these electric efficient lights, that bulbs or whatever they have, those white lights that people have in their houses, not the best. No. Because once it's on, you're not gonna feel tired. You're not gonna feel like you want to sleep. You'll feel tired, but you're not gonna want, because as you said, alertness. Yeah. That's why before they used to have those, the yellow bulbs, like the sun. Yeah. The color of like the sun. Yeah. And they normally have those night lights, and that's how it used to be. Yeah. And for me personally, I would rather get a lamp. Me too. Those old school lamps with the little flames, and you light it with the fire. The oil lamp. Yeah. Yeah. And there's another thing I wanted to talk about. A lot of people nowadays, even though they want to sleep, they cannot go to sleep because they choose to go on their phone. And some people put their phone all the way downstairs so that they're able to sleep. I hear you say that, but a lot of people, again, would beg to differ. But sometimes it's addictive.
is whatever you're addicted to, right? Again, that's when you have to sit back and observe your pattern, because then you can say, hey, my sleep is more important than this.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not the phone. Sometimes there's so much going on, and society makes you feel like there's so much things you need to feel like it's so important to you.
Yeah.
And you want to get them done, but there's so much going on, and you're overwhelmed, and you overthink the whole time.
Yeah.
You're lying down, but your brain doesn't stop working.
See, that's what I was saying in the beginning, because there's this that you have to do, that's what you need to do, and so your brain is just like going crazy.
So it's not the phone all the time.
No, it's not.
And this is why so much people smoke weed nowadays, to try the ones that make you sleep.
Yeah.
Or the sleeping pills, or
indica. Yeah. I used to have to go and smoke weed in order for me to go to bed. Right. That's before I learned how to meditate and learned how to sit with my thoughts. Right. But because your brain is just always throwing things at you. Right. So I learned how to go and shut it off. Not everybody can, right? Because that's something that takes practice. So back in the day when I couldn't, I did have to smoke indica in order for me to go to bed, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to wake up in 3 hours. And so I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I actually ended up self-medicating myself. And I ended up doing that, and that helped me.
Yeah.
But then I wake up and I felt more groggy.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to take any type of, what do you call it, stimulant? Because it's sort of a stimulant before bed.
Yeah.
Food, liquor, weed, anything, it's not supposed to.
It's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But anything at that moment in time, anything helps, So I'm not hating on anybody who also does that to go in order for them to go. Even CBD oil helps with pain and all of that stuff, right? So I do not knock.
All right. Let me get a joke too. You see, when you eat like foods before bed, like especially heavy food, I dream bare foolishness. And then I'm so tired, so I wonder if it's the food that because like your body have to process the food.
Yeah.
And when you're sleeping, your body should just shut all the way down.
You're fasting.
Yeah, it should, but the food is in your system. It has to process it. It can't just and just stop it here till in the morning. It's not gonna do that.
No.
It has to process it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't understand that they have a full meal right before they go to their bed.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, it's like you said, it's just sitting there, and then because you're not upright, because remember gravity, they will allow,
that too, yeah.
It helps digest the food.
My grandfather used to sleep used to eat food lying down. I'm like, yo, this guy's the skillest guy I've ever met. Yo, the man used to lie down and eat food. Like the man just have the pillow this, and the man just barely catch on the pillow, and I'm gonna say, yo. One time I tried it and I almost like, I said, you know what I mean? But
hey, listen, when I was younger, hey, you cock up your foot and you eat your food. When I was younger,
but you're not flat. Yeah, but you're not flat. You're flat on your back?
Not completely flat, like you're propped up,
yeah, but
your leg up and everything.
Yeah, but the only thing prop him up is his pillar upon him head back.
But you wonder why?
But
that's the reason why there's a lot of people who have that, that sheep belly.
Hey.
Because
no judgment,
anyway,
no judgment.
No judgment at all. But that's the reason why, because Anywho, going back to sleep deprivation, right?
Yeah.
There's ways to get around it, but it's the hardest thing, especially in a society that we're in. It's just it's important to make it a priority.
Yeah.
And that's something that you would have to go and sit there and realize, hey, I don't necessarily need to do this, and that to get enough time in your day so that you could go and sleep. Me, like I said, my household is busy. I live with a basketball player and 2 little ones, right?
Yeah.
And my aunt's a teacher, and so it's always busy, always something going on, right?
Yeah.
And Sometimes mentally I'm like, oh, I wish I could go and live by myself again, right? Because that I can sleep whenever I want to, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to deal with the situation that you're in, right? And then watch it, because everything is a pattern. There's a pattern to it, right? Because everybody has a routine. Right? Even the way that I talk with my hands. That's my routine. So you can actually break my pattern and understand why I do certain things if you observe me close enough. So you have to observe the environment that you're in order for you to go and be able to go and have that sleep. In order for you, because sleep is important. You need to prioritize it. That's you fasting. And a lot of people don't understand that. Right? So they just neglect the sleep.
Yeah, but the country, I tell you already, and we say it already. Like, people are gonna make it look like it's normal to have 2 jobs and 3 jobs. Like, oh, let's go get another job. I don't think so.
And society makes it normal that sneaky links are also very, very normal too. That ain't normal.
Well, I guess that's a part of why them not sleep.
Yes. Well.
Yeah, but you know more than me.
No, I don't know. Jack,
hear your attack.
Yeah,
but are you bring the why I'm so nervous all of a sudden?
I'm not moving nervous. I'm just saying.
No judgment.
So with caffeine as well, because we use caffeine and alcohol to stimulate us, right? We talked about weed, but it does the exact same thing. Caffeine, a lot of people are addicted to it. There's some people who drink 8 coffees a day, and I'm like, no judgment here, but I'm like, yo, dude, you're wired.
Yeah. Then I realize they think they're in their normal state, but you're wired.
You're used to something, but you are wired. Just like being high, you're wired.
Yeah, but most people they can't go one day without smoking. But them are gonna tell us them can do without it. No, you can't.
No. And it's a hard thing to go and, again, watch the pattern.
But as me say, your sleep are the most important thing. And me find that out for myself, because I did it and like my brain not function the right way anymore. And my kind of like my hand-eye coordination is not the same.
Yeah. My thing is to just have a routine, right? And nobody should break that routine except your kids.
Yeah, but everybody can't follow a routine.
No, you can't.
Because everybody not set up that way that where you have to be in a routine. Like, because life wasn't made to have routines.
No, but in a society that we're in, and like I said, sleep is important. You have to go and find a routine.
Yeah, then the society need to march down.
You go and tell everybody that. 1 against a billion.
Because it don't make no sense if you're gonna say, because what you're potentially saying, right, is no matter what they put as an obstacle, we should just work with it.
But you do realize that the obstacles are set there so that for us to struggle. You do realize that,
yeah, but
right?
then you're overextending yourself.
But yes, you're right. But what I'm saying to you is, these obstacles are put towards us so that we can struggle. Because naturally, we are put on this earth to go for a purpose. But the thing is, we get obstacles like these so that we don't fast. Because fasting is sleeping. You read it's sleeping. The 8 hours, 10 hours you're supposed to have it.
Yeah, you can't eat.
You can't eat.
Because you're sleeping. Or maybe some people will.
Right? But the thing is,
can't sleep.
The thing is, what is put out there.
I'm joking. Continue. I'm joking.
But what I'm trying to say is that these obstacles is so that it makes our lives harder. Right? The thing is, we need to break that cycle, focus on that pattern, right? Once you figure out the pattern, and that's why I keep talking about this algorithm, because we're talking about algorithms for Instagram, and but the thing is, we are wired, we are a computer as well, right? And let me get into that. What I'm saying is, if you don't sleep, you're not going to be able to function. Just like if you don't restart your computer might go in and crash and do all of these random things, glitches, right? Your body is the same.
So me ask you again, from the other episode, we don't have a right to be crazy?
We don't have a right to be crazy! Ah! hear out.
People, seriously, like, so if all of this is happening to people overwhelmed, and you tell me say people don't have a right to be crazy?
No, we don't have a right to be crazy, but we need to focus and figure out what is going on. Once you figure out what's going on, you can go and say, oh, but you have to be very observant, because I realize that a lot of people are not observant up in this world.
Because you're sleep deprived. How are you gonna observe?
I used to live, I told you, I used to sleep off for 3 hours when I was living on my own.
Yeah, but you're talking
hours.
about you.
I know, but it's everybody can grow. I had to grow and learn. I'm not talking just about me. I'm just talking my experience. I used to be in that same predicament where I was just sleep deprived and I don't know what to do. But then I ended up, I lost a lot of things, right? That's why I said you have to be happy and be positive in the position that you're in. It might not be the most ideal position, but if you're always positive, you will get out of there. Why? Because things attract to you, right? Because if you're always negative, you're not going to see the opportunities that's in front of you.
Yeah, but that's why Matilda said they have a right to be crazy. Because if you tell people that they don't have a right to be crazy, now people feel like they feel they might judge themselves now.
No.
Like, let me explain to you. If you tell them that, they might tell themselves that no, me not have a right to be crazy, so they might judge themselves now. So they're overthinking everything now. You have a right to be crazy, then you have to figure out, say, okay, but I'm crazy. I don't want to be crazy no more.
You know what? Actually, I was on the subway this week, and this girl was like screaming, and like, ah! And like over my headphones, and I had to take it off, and she's like, oh wow, I'm one of the crazy ones now today, and I looked at her,
exactly.
And I was like, oh wow.
Exactly.
Like
you need to get that out sometimes.
I understand what you're talking about, because again, I witnessed that.
You were right.
She literally stood there, and she was like, wow, I'm the one who was crazy. And I was like,
because when you don't allow people that right, guess what happens?
okay, look at Kanye.
They keep it in, and by the time it should come out, they explode. There's no coming back for them.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
And I understand that. Right? And this is why I'm saddened about the lack of people who can help. And we are doing a lot better. But we as a community have to go and help and not judge other people. And I think we spoke about this once before, where we can go and talk to people, because we don't know where or what somebody's going through. You know what I mean? So for us to go and have that conversation and be able to open and be compassionate to each and everybody, because you don't know what somebody's going through. But the thing is, what I'm saying is, these are obstacles that is set up, and I'm telling you, this is something that is set in place for us to go mentally insane, right? Because like I said, the speeding tickets, or you have to think about this, and you have this bill to pay, and you have that to pay, and we're not supposed to have that. We're supposed to move by what you like to call nature's law.
But this
and go through our purpose.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. So you agree with me now then?
No. I agree with you, but
that people have a right to be crazy then, with all of that.
I don't have.
You just explained it.
No,
you
don't have the right to be crazy. But but even that girl that was like, oh, I'm now the crazy one. She sat back and realized that, and she had to reflect. And so she stopped with the noise, and she sat there and she reflected on herself. And right? And she did it in public. Sometimes I'm in my house time when I'm by myself, and I'm like, and I'm screaming too, because we all have that moment.
Yeah, but wasn't that the right that you have to be crazy? Wasn't that the right that you were allowed to be crazy?
No.
No, the thing is, what you're trying to say is people need to be crazy at a certain time. You cannot.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you have to reflect on it.
Okay. You okay.
This guy.
I know a lot of people would beg to differ, but okay.
You don't have the right to be crazy, but you do have moments where you need to go and have a mental, like you're gonna have a mental breakdown, is what I'm saying.
But that's the right. That's the right that you have. That's the right that you have, and you execute that right at that time. That's what I'm saying to you.
Fine, Rusty.
But that's what I'm saying to you.
Fine.